is a saying in the medical community: those that can't do, teach. While I say those that teach control the beliefs and practices of the discipline. Hi, my name is Karen Hooker, and I'm going to present Chapter 7, Employee Training, from the Human Resource Management in Healthcare. Behind me are the objectives that I'll be covering today. Training takes many forms. There's new employee orientation, there's mentoring, there's on-the-job training, and there's off-site training. Training can be in the formal setting or informal setting. Cross-training provides organizational flexibility. It gives departmental opportunities to develop potential leaders, and it facilitates succession planning. Unfortunately, many managers drop training and development when budgets are tight and expenses must be reduced. This is partly because it's difficult in pinpointing cost savings that can be attributed to continuing education. One way for managers to increase the chances of retaining their better employees is through visible support of training and development. When a department stops training, it is essentially moving backwards because the world continues to move ahead. Healthcare cannot afford to stand still. I had a manager once tell me that if I was coasting, I was going downhill. Well, this is the same concept. If you're not training your people, your competitors are jumping ahead of you. Department managers have the responsibility for maintaining and improving the capability and competency of their staff. A manager is best suited in providing some, if not all, of the departmental education. The key to building one's effectiveness as an instructor is preparation and practice. The more one teaches, the better things are taught. The teacher should acquire knowledge about adult learning principles. From the manager's perspective, teaching should be a fundamental role of the manager's job. Different accreditation and regulatory agencies assess training activities during their periodic surveys. Two examples of external agencies would be the Joint Commission and Medicare. The two orientations a manager should plan for would be their own department orientation and the organization orientation. Orientation is required by regulatory agencies. Orientation should address common matters. HR orientation should address structure, orientation to the structure, benefits, appraisal, dress codes, parking, security, infection control, employee health, employee assistance program, and work rules. Department orientation should include introduction to people, the physical space, the equipment, the processes, and the department policies. Managers should avoid the sink or swim mentality. A manager could appoint a mentor who has experience to guide the new employee for the first few days. Running a program area and getting an expected work is the supervisor's #1 priority. When assessing the employee's performance, a manager may have to be a teacher in helping the employee correct performance and problems. Many employees fail at their jobs because they are inappropriately trained, insufficiently oriented, or inadequately supported. A manager's assessment of performance problems or the employee's tendency to have chronic complaints by customers, co-workers, and others can be addressed when training assessments translates into training objectives. When training employees within the department, they deserve to know specific goals and objectives of the training. Students learn better when they are actually involved in the process. Remember, some may be resistant in going back to school. That's why it's important to let them know what's in it for them. Cross-training allows for flexibility. It requires time and effort up front, but it pays off when there's backlogs, vacation, or illnesses. On-the-job training requires direct supervision, which is a step-by-step observation of the actual job being done. Learning by trial and error can be dangerous and very destructive. The weakest approach to training would be giving your staff files to review. Remember, a student will retain 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they hear and see, and 90% of what they hear, see, and do. Mentoring can be most effective if it is officially sanctioned. It is the least costly tool to develop, and it is extremely effective. It gives a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. No mentor should be coerced into mentoring, and the mentor should possess sufficient knowledge and expertise. They should also demonstrate an interest in developing others. Developing potential managers takes time and planning, but the payoff is worth it when you have retirement in the future. In conclusion, training and development should be an ongoing, continuous activity. Managers are central to the training efforts by identifying needs and serving as trainers. Thank you.